A big-time splash in free agency for the Bears back in March when they landed Coby Bryant on a 3-year, $40 million deal, the Super Bowl champ from Seattle to Chicago, and now here with us on the Insiders with me, Tom Pelissero, as well as Ian Rapoport. Coby, first OTA tomorrow. You've been in the building for several weeks now. How are the vibes around Hallis Hall right now?
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, just blessed to be here, and just everyone welcome me with open arms, and just the relationships that I'm building. It's exciting for sure.
Coby, I want to go back to that free agent decision. And look, some free agents just literally sign for the most money. No big deal if that's you. Totally fine. I think a lot of people would do that. But if that wasn't the case, was there something specific that drew you to the Bears? Like, was this something where you were like, all right, this is maybe a defense I want to get to? Or kind of walk us through some of your decision-making around the middle of March.
Yeah, definitely. Just like I said previous in interviews before, just feeling wanted. I talked to the DA, the defensive coordinator. He called me very early in the morning, and we had a good conversation. And just seeing what, Ben did last year, obviously from, far back, but just seeing him and what this team was capable of doing. And right then and there, I knew this could be on for sure.
So Coby, in Seattle, you played all over the place. I mean, you go back through your statistics, you were playing corner, free safety, strong safety. What did DA tell you? How exactly are you going to fit in there in that defense in Chicago?
Yeah, obviously right now it's still new. So this is the time where we can figure it all out. But, I have the utmost confidence that they'll put me in the best position to make the play. So I'm excited.
During the draft, you guys added some reinforcements defensively. I think, probably a lot of people thought it might be an addition up front. Instead, it's Dillon Thieneman, safety from Oregon, someone who you may be playing next to a good amount of time this year and for years to come. What do you know about him? I assume you two have gotten a chance to speak pretty extensively. What are your early thoughts on the first-round draft pick from the Bears?
Yeah, just watching the film of him, obviously him coming out, he's a great player, but, right now he's a rookie, so he's not really saying too much, which is a good and a bad thing too. But I'm excited to be able to play with him, and I know he's going to help this team tremendously, and we look forward to playing together for sure.
You'd obviously seen Caleb from afar. Starting tomorrow, you're going to be going up against him in at least somewhat of a competitive environment. You'll do a little bit more of it when it's 1v1s in training camp. What do you know about that guy, and what, if anything, have you learned about him since you got in the building? Yeah,
just an elite competitor, honestly, great leader. It's like I said before, it spoke volumes. Just him reaching out to me, when I signed, and him just paying his respect and vice versa. Man, the sky's the limit. He has a bright future, and I'm definitely looking forward to competing against him and playing with him as well too.
The culture in Chicago seems really, really positive. Obviously, a team on the rise. We just ran the graphic right there. So many last-second game-winning drives. Really takes a tight locker room and a really sound football team to do that. You played with one in Seattle that was, I would think, about as good a culture as any. You guys were really dominant right up until the end. Is there anything that you can take from your time, championship-winning time in Seattle, that you could bring to your new guys in Chicago?
Yeah, honestly, it starts right now. Just, me being a leader right now, embracing that role, and, just coming together as one. There are going to be ups and downs throughout the year, but ultimately we're just going to continue to play together and continue to grow together. And, the sky's the limit, like I said before. This is a great team full of great coaches, great players, and I'm looking forward to it.
We're showing you right here, making plays in the Super Bowl against Drake May, what had been a pretty high-powered Patriots offense. After normal games, right, in the regular season, like Monday you watch the tape and you break it down. The last game of the season, you don't always have to do that. It's not quite as structured, especially when you win and you're celebrating and all those different things. Did you ever go back and rewatch it like you would a normal game? And if so, what did you see about how you guys so disrupted that New England offense?
Yeah, so I seen glimpses. I didn't watch the whole game because, like you said, I was too busy celebrating and recovering my body just from this long year. But just that we were so excited to be out there. We had a ton of preparation, a ton of great guys, and obviously coached by Mike and what he's done for that organization as well too, and just very well prepared. And like I said, it was exciting to be out there with those guys.
You look back at this Seattle defense, and I know you moved on to Chicago, but one more Seattle question. You leave for a great deal in Chicago. Rick Woolen leaves for the Philadelphia Eagles. still got a lot of key parts of this defense. Boye Mafe obviously leaves for Cincinnati. What do you think of that Seattle defense moving forward, considering, some of the guys who left for some really nice deals in free agency?
Yeah, obviously, ton of respect for those guys. They're still my brothers. Just it didn't work out the right way as far as me going to a new team. But just honestly, like I said, they're great players, great coaches over there as well too. Starting with John, GM, and everyone. So they'll be in good hands as well too. Still.
So when you think about the first time, whenever that comes, that you get an opportunity to go against Seattle, is that weird? I imagine you're going back. You'll go for the ring ceremony and stuff, right? You're kind of celebrating from afar. Is that a strange thing to think about, going up against your old team?
Not really, because like I said, brothers compete, so that's what I know we're going to do. I know they're going to be talking junk to me and vice versa, but at the end of the day, it's all love. And definitely look forward to going back there and, getting the ring. Might talk a little junk there as well, too, but, just all friendly competition as well at the end of the day, and a ton of respect.
It could be one more from me. So from what I understand, several of the linchpins of the Bears are getting into golf this offseason, right? Sounds like Caleb's been playing, Colson Levelwood's been playing. Golf is a great game. I support it wholeheartedly. Have you been playing, and what are you going to do during your little bit of downtime in the offseason before training camp is upon us?
Yeah, I haven't been playing. The most I do is at Topgolf, but I can't say I'm not that bad. My older brother actually, tries to get me to golf. So that's something I said I was going to, start doing more is learn to golf. You just have to have a lot of patience and being consistent. But I'm looking forward to it for sure, just because how beautiful it is out here and, all the nice courses. So I'm looking forward to it.
He's saying all the right things now, but week 8 at Seattle, you're going to see Coby Bryant up against the Seahawks. More important than that, week 1 at Carolina, it's not that far away. Coby, can't wait to see you flying around making plays with your new team, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, man.